not yet, but we'll see. You really want SSF? I'm like, okay, my it's gonna do too. That might be the worst mistake of my life. In the uni, but I did it first year, and then I never was allowed to do it again. Never had to finish classes. This time for
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Oh wait, I didn't have time to last long enough.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, it's not later. No, it's not you and my it's your last I love it.
Oh, I
All kinds.
Yes.
Can you see me? Can you see me? Can you see me? Can you see me? Can you see me?
that's gonna be me, like, hosting this. Can you see me? Can you see me? Can you hear me? No, are you want to clean up and think about it? Okay, wait, so what's your team? Okay. Okay.
It's in the
I was wondering, because I was like, I don't think you were it's the best like, I'm gonna come out of science, we're out of school with 3 majors. Yeah. Catch me some space.
No, obviously, we just everyone thinks we're yes. No, I've heard it's wait, is 7 or 5?
I think it's clear.
Okay. They had that problem last year, right? No. Are you talking off like 2
I was too.
You really should. I was literally doing my hair and I had to stop and be like,
Tuesday. Isn't it like the last part of our paper? Like, yeah, Dr. Orval was like, I think it sounds like because that interested me. I was like, oh. I was like, okay, well, you know, I love it. Student allocation, that's a very good one. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you see me?
I will now call this meeting of the Kansas State University Student Governing Association Student Senate to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I want to begin our Student Senate meeting taking place on Thursday, April 23rd, 2026, with a land acknowledgement. We recognize that Kansas State University, as the first land-grant institution, stands on the ancestral lands of the Kaw people. Our state of Kansas is home to 4 federally recognized Native nations: the Iowa, Kickapoo, Prairie Band, Potawatomi, and Sac and Fox. We must remember that the land serving as the foundation for this institution was and still is stolen land acquired by white settlers. We pledge our commitment to creating decolonized spaces at the university while advocating for the support and future success of Indigenous faculty, staff, and students at K-State. Speaker Pro Tem Freeman will now take it away with our first roll call.
Hello. Abai. Alfela Kawi.
Here.
No, you're good. Alvarez.
Here.
Bailey.
Here.
Barnes.
Here.
Bassler.
Here by proxy.
Black.
Here.
Bontrager.
Here.
Brown.
Here.
Carruthers.
Here.
Clark.
Here.
Koch.
Here.
Conrad.
Here.
Contrusi.
Here.
Corbin.
Here.
Engel.
Here.
Eppard.
Here.
Foot.
Here.
G. Geiger.
Here.
Gurushankar.
Here by proxy.
Holmes.
Here.
Jacobson.
Here by proxy.
Jarek.
Here.
Jones Akeem. Jones Isabel.
Here.
Kramer.
Here.
Lee.
Here.
Von Leonrod.
Here.
Lund.
Here by proxy.
Manganga. Miller.
Here.
O'Farrell.
Here.
Oliver.
Here.
Otto.
Here.
Perry.
Here.
Phillips.
Here.
Richard.
Here.
Rafferty.
Here.
Richburg.
Here.
Richenberg.
Here.
Salmon.
Here by proxy.
Sands. Sands. Shalhouse.
Here.
Shakib. Hassan Shakib. Shasavari.
Here.
Sipiora.
Here.
Steenkamp. Teo.
Here.
Till.
Here by proxy.
Vogelmore.
Here.
Winter.
Here.
Zacho Katie.
Here.
Zacho Molly.
Here.
Hold, please. Okay. Does anyone want a proxy for Aiden Steenkamp? His proxy's not here.
I can proxy.
You're proxying for someone else, so we have to have. Okay, thank you, Alondra. Aiden Steenkamp, sorry. Okay, just to confirm proxies, I have black for Lund, Scipiora for Salmon, Brown for Guru Shankar, Zacco Molly for Madeline, Jacobson, Alvarez for Steenkamp, and then Brett, did you need a proxy?
No, I
Okay, cool. Then I think that's. Did I miss anyone? Till. Okay. Anyone else? Cool.
Sorry. Thanks, Emily. We'll now move into our first open period speaker. Are there any first open period speakers? Awesome. The minutes were distributed on Tuesday along with the agenda and legislation tracking information. Is there a motion to approve the minutes unanimously? Senator Jones.
I move to approve the
Chair
minutes
Jones.
unanimously.
Second.
We'll now go into announcements. Speaker office hours will be held on Fridays from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. and Speaker Pro Tempore office hours will be held Tuesdays from 2:30 to 3:30 p.m. for the duration of the semester. Proxies, if you're going to be absent from a student senate meeting, please fill out this link, even if you aren't sure if your absence will be excused. If you will be physically absent from student senate but would like to attend via Zoom, please fill out the student senator Zoom request form. I will review requests based on the student senate attendance policy. Wait, oh, that is not the right word. Want to give props to someone in student senate, fill out the senate shout out form and Speaker Pro Tem Freeman will read them at the end of our meeting. Have an area on campus you are interested in and want to learn more about, fill out the first open period speaker or interest form. Want to sponsor a piece of legislation, please fill out this form during the meeting. The legislation is introduced and Speaker Pro Tem Freeman will add you as a sponsor. To streamline communications to the communications agency, please fill out this social media post request form. SGA independent applications are open and will be due tomorrow, Friday, April 17th, 2026. Positions include communications director, elections commissioner, and emerging leaders coordinator. Interviews will be held on this Sunday, April 19th, 2026. Please reach out to myself, President Pena, or Attorney General Boniface with any questions. During college caucus time tonight, please plan on filling out the committee interest survey. The committee chairs will present over each of the committees during committee reports. Senate exec will meet tonight after Senate to select committee members. The form is attached to the agenda, and I'll also send out an email during college caucus time so that it's easily accessible. SGA Member of the Week is Senator Brady Clark. Brady has hit the ground running this term. He has introduced legislation, been eager to take initiative, and served K-State students extremely well. We appreciate your passion for serving student needs and your willingness to address them. Upcoming events for this week, SOC may be meeting at 5:30 on Sunday. SAC and CEC may be meeting on Monday at 5:30. SSF will be meeting at 6:30 on Tuesday. That's my bad. Senate Ops may be meeting at 5:30 on Tuesday. Senate Exec may be meeting at 7 o'clock on Tuesday. Tech may be meeting at 5 o'clock on Thursday, and then we have Student Senate on Thursday. We'll roll right into committee reports. Are there any committee chairs that would like to give a report? Chair Eppard.
Hello? Okay. Can you hear me? Does this work? All right. So I'm the chair for the Strategic Oversight Committee, also known as SOC. Just one clarification, we meet on Sundays at 5. I think that just said 5:30 before. So just clarify that. So in general, the main thing that we do, I guess the best way I would describe it is focusing on trying to improve student quality of life on campus. So a lot of this is done through the strategic plan. So these are objectives laid out by student government on things that we can improve. So some of those include parking, student health, access to textbooks, the applied learning experiences, which I know a lot of the older people care a lot about, and so a lot of other things. For example, last semester, one things we did was getting cameras put by the bike racks, which is pretty important because people are stealing a lot of the bikes. Another thing that we do is we have an annual survey each year to see how the students like the services we're supplying, and then like what things that they think we need to improve on, so we can kind of get a understanding of what the students think we need to improve on campus. And then a new thing we're doing is we're having town halls each semester. So that's kind of in line with that idea of trying to get a better understanding of what the students want to improve and also being able to answer a lot of their questions. And then we're also going to start auditing student organizations. We were technically already doing that, but we're going to do it more and better now. So that's really important because we fund all this money and we don't always know if organizations are using our money correctly. So we need to make sure that our money is actually being used efficiently. And what we're looking for in a committee member is the most important thing is that you genuinely want to improve the student quality of life on campus and that you want to see improvements. I think one of the things that I love about SOC is that it's not like a short-term thing. Like when you're funding organizations or like travel events, like some other committees, that's like a one-time thing and it's done for the most part. This is something that can make lasting effect for years in the future at K-State. Another thing is that you're going to be working in both small groups and individually because we have those objectives on the strategic plan that we have to do. We have to do all these objectives. You're likely going to be paired with in small groups to do a lot of these. But you're also given a lot of freedom to go out and have your own goals and your own projects. So you're given a lot of freedom and you get to work with people. You can choose to work alone. It just depends on what your goal is in that specific plan. And then another thing that's really important is being able to work with faculty and administration, because a lot of times to get your goals done, you're going to have to communicate with them, try to find the best people for whatever position it is. So if it's parking, find the right person for that, or if someone at the rec or someone in the union, just being able to work with administration to be successful. And then yes, we're going to meet Sundays at 5. That's how we did it last year. And personally, I like it a lot. I know a lot of the committees are meeting on Mondays. And at least for me, I'm pretty busy throughout the week. So it's kind of nice I can do it on the weekend. So yeah, apply for SOC, yeah.
Are there any questions about SOC? Awesome. Are there any other, Dax, don't forget your placard. Are there any other committee chairs that would like to give a report? Chair Kramer.
Hi everyone, I'm Jordan Kramer and I will be the chair of the Student Allocations Committee, also known as SAC. So just kind of a brief overview of what our committee does and the makeup of it. So for our membership, we have a minimum of 12 voting members. The chair, which isn't a voting member unless there's a tie, then we are the tiebreaker. Then we have at least 8 senators and up to 4 students at large as well. And then so the main thing that we do is funding. So we fund sponsored and affiliated student organizations for travel events that kind of enrich the students' education. And then we also fund academic competition teams and competitive sports clubs, and that all adds up to a budget of just over $200,000. So a lot of money there. And then kind of what can you expect from this next term? So our meetings are going to be Mondays at 5:30 p.m. They'll last roughly an hour to an hour and a half, and they'll be in room 206 in the Union. That's kind of tentative, but that's what I'm hoping for. And then we will have 2 all-day meetings to handle sports clubs and academic competition teams. And then we kind of just follow the standard meeting process from there, where we meet in our room, we have the presentations, that we vote, and we adjourn, and then we present our allocations to Senate. And some of my goals this next term is clear communication, allow members to write legislation, kind of continuing that, and then better relationships with student organizations, continuing that as well. And that also plays into clear communication. I want to have clear communication from myself to my committee members and from them to me, and then also have that clear communication to the organizations that will be funding. That way we don't let anybody miss any deadlines and they can hopefully get funding that way. And then another goal is to hopefully stay within budget this year. And that kind of formed a nice acronym, CABS. I didn't do that on purpose, but I don't know what else it could have been, so pretty cool. But yeah, anyway, hope to have you on SAC, and yeah.
Are there any questions? Senator Zacco.
Point of information, your acronym could also be SCAB. So.
That is true. Yeah. I'm glad I didn't pick that one first, because that's not that good. But thank you.
Are there any other questions for Chair Kramer? Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Are there any other committee chairs that would like to give a report? Who's next? Okay, Chair Brown.
Hello, everybody. If you don't know me, my name is Wyatt. I'm the Community Engagement Committee Chair for this next term. Very excited about it. So what is my committee? What do? We are another allocation committee, and we allocate money to on-campus student org events. So SAC does travel allocations and other things than we do specifically on campus. So that's very broadly what we do. The specifics of what qualifies of things that we can give money to. It's not all student org events. That's kind of the fun part. That's why I have make tough decisions up there, is because there's a lot of qualifications for the kind of the kind of events that we are allowed to fund. So coming through those and trying to look at those with an unbiased, there it is, educational lens is very important. Also connecting with student groups. Because we are on-campus groups, you can go to all of these events that we fund. So making connections with all those different student groups, making sure they know that we care is important, because then it makes it so they cooperate with us better, which is what we want. So the kind of people I'm looking for, I want to have people who are able to analyze multiple different perspectives. So perspectives of different kinds of senators, of different student organizations and what they want. Also the perspective that what? Okay, different perspectives that even like the statutes give. So that's important. Being unbiased, already mentioned, and also kind of with that is being consistent / sticking to those tough decisions. So something that will be set early is we kind of set a precedent for the kind of things that we want to fund, and we have to be able to be consistent with those throughout the years, or throughout the term, even if we disagree with different organizations. So that's really important. We're made up, I think we have pretty much the same membership as SAC, so we're 12 members, at least 6 of those have to be senators. Judicial branch. One, I have to have a judicial person on my committee, so I would like to talk to you after Senate about that. Thank you. And then when and where, it's going to be Mondays, 5:30 to 7, so it's the same time as SAC. Tentatively, it's room 209, which is a great room. So I think that's really important, really good stuff I just said, so shout out me.
Are there any questions for Chair Brown? Thank you. Are there any other committee chairs? Chair Jones.
Okay, so I am the committee chair of the Tuition Enhancements Committee. Basically what we do is we get funding applications from 2 separate funds. And a lot of them have to do with like making academic scholarships or creating and implementing projects on campus. So our whole goal is really determining where some of our tuition money goes to. So I am looking for students who want to make a real impact on campus by helping decide how tuition funds are invested, working collaboratively, thinking critically, and advocating for the needs of the student body. We will plan on meeting on Thursdays at 5 p.m. I don't know the exact location yet, but somewhere in the Union, hopefully, before Senate. And normally our meetings will last like an hour, hour and a half most. We'll have like a strict 6:30 p.m. deadline cutoff, whatever you want to call it. So, yeah.
Are there any questions for Chair Jones? Okay, thanks. Chair Black. That's the wrong placard.
That's
Okay.
Okay, the Student Services Fee Committee. I put up there that it has the most clout. We manage $16 million, so the entire of the student services fee, and then we allocate that to the other monies. So the Community Engagement Committee and the Student Allocations Committee get their money from us. So other things we kind of oversee, the rec, union, Lafine, all three of those have like their operating budget, then they have their repair and reserve budgets and things like that. So a typical semesterly flow is we go by a 3-week process. We take the most time for our decisions out of all the committees. So I'm an entity director, whoever's like head of the rec, head of the union will come in week 1 and they'll give a presentation on their entity and explain why it's important, its impact to student life. And they'll present on like a 0%, a 3%, 5% increase and like a 3% reduction in their current funding. And then we'll ask them questions. Next week, we'll just discuss. We'll talk about what we like, talk about what we don't like, talk about like the different options we have to maybe get them to a place where we want them to be, or maybe better manage our student fees, I guess, in a way of like taking some away if we feel that their services are more than adequate. And then the third week, we'll kind of make a decision and vote and write the contracts for there. So if you're interested in like getting experience writing contracts or really legislation, student service fee is a great thing to do, a great committee to join. This year, we'll be reviewing student health, which is Lafine, rec services, student union. All three of those are reviewed annually. Then CAPS, that's counseling services. The fine arts privilege fee, which pays for McCain Auditorium. It has some money that goes to School of Music, some money that goes to the art department, and so on. There's several line items there, and then the Collegian, that one's always fun and not controversial at all. Wildcat Watch, which they're actually, I don't know too much about them, but we will soon. Yeah. And then another thing we'll do is disbursement from reserves and emergency allocations. So obviously, as we saw a couple weeks ago, we are doing a bond surplus reserve. We do typically, I mean, I don't know if it's normal, but the past couple years we have done 1 or 2 of them every year. Some past projects where we allocated money to Lafine to buy new x-ray equipment. We gave money to, what was it? Oh, Cat's Cupboard originally started off as like a one-time allocation and then since then has moved on to the fee. So I don't know if that's on there or not, but we will be reviewing Cat's Cupboard as well this year as their last year of like their probationary period. So if you're passionate about Cat's Cupboard, that's another great thing. We'll meet Mondays 6 to 7:30. Plan on it taking that whole time. We may also, if everybody in the committee's fine with it, start at 5:30 and end at maybe 7, but it's kind of up to once we get people in the room and decide. But just this next week, just FYI to whoever my committee members are, if you can't make it next week, I understand, but I'd rather have good committee members for the full term. But if you're available next Tuesday at 6:30, we will be reviewing the big rec fields allocation. So any questions?
President Pena.
Is it true that you once wrote clout in some governing docs?
Yeah, so Chapter 7 of the KSU SGA statutes, when we were, specifically I think it was competition teams, I wrote something like they will be judged based off of like their membership, educational experiences provided to the members, and clout gained by the university. We did take that out before submitting it, but we did not take it out before we sent it out to some of our advisors and President Linton.
Are there any other questions? Thanks. Chair Perry.
So if none of those sounded good to you, I have the committee for you. We don't allocate money. We don't meet with students. We are our own thing. We are the internal oversight of Senate. So Ops does a lot. We do a lot of things. We have the elections that we oversee. That comes way later in the year, though, so you won't see that till the very end. We'll identify and appoint new senators, which happens all too often, and it'll really be
something that we do at the start of the next term, or not term, at the next semester, after we get our turnover from people moving over to judicial or to executive branches or just leaving Senate. So ops will vote to break ties or see who the best candidate might be for that position. We oversee the editing of legislation, and that's what most people really they think of ops when they think of editing legislation. We do that on a day-to-day basis, but it's not our primary function. In the governing docs, it doesn't even say we have to do it, we just do it. We meet 5:30s every Tuesday, probably in room 307 in the Union. It's a nice windowless room up there for us to have. And it'll take about an hour, but it could also take up to I think the record was 8 hours last year. So when we do have trials or certain things like that can come up, it will take a lot of time and a lot of effort. So I do want experienced senators for this, but I also do think it's a great opportunity for new senators to grow and get some experience from a lot of people who have been in Senate a long time. We also generally have all of the independent positions in ops, so you can learn from them as well if you're interested in those in the future. So there are benefits to ops, but it's also known as it's its own thing. So.
Are there any questions? Okay, thanks. That was everyone, right? Yeah. Are there any directors that would like to give a report? Chief of Staff Temple.
Hi everyone, for those who don't know me, I'm Kylie. Thanks for all being here and braving the storm. Quick little announcement, we are going to have annual SGA photo shoot next Thursday, and so I want to give you a little rundown of the schedule. Judicial will be at 5:30, Executive Branch 5:45. Group photos of all SGA will be at 6 o'clock on Anderson Lawn. And then Legislative Branch, you will be at 6:15 with headshots, group photos of your committees, and then also your caucus groups as well. There's an opportunity for that. So we need to be there at 6 absolute latest, but please maybe more like a 5:50 would be great in case we're running ahead of schedule, which I really hope we are. Business professional, K-State business professional, so purple, black, or white. If you don't have purple, black, white, gray, no other colors than that, pretty please. Business professional, jackets, suit jacket, your blazers, slacks. For girls, also slacks, blazers, nice blouses, dresses, skirts. Please dress to impress. And we know polos would be fine, but if you could do better than that, that would be awesome. Cool. Any questions?
Are there any questions about photos? Chair Jones.
When is that again?
That is next Thursday, 5:50, Anderson Lawn.
Will you be sending this out in an email?
Yes, I will do that.
Any question? Dr.
Did you invite advisors to those photos?
Sarah Hyman asked that too. Would you like to be there? Please.
What's the answer?
Yes. Yes. Okay, now we'll get Lane in the loop too. Cool.
Are there any other questions? Okay, thanks, Kyle.
K-State business professional.
Are there any other directors that would like to give a report? Okay, I'm going to give a report really fast. So Senate Exec met Tuesday night for the first time, and we had a big bulk of legislation that was sitting in committee. So we have a couple updates. First, Bill 05, which was the amendment regarding the line of succession, we postponed that indefinitely because of a previous piece of legislation, Bill 242577, which allows for any phrase of diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging to simply be replaced by community engagement. So that'll just be a fix that we can make in Senate Ops this year. And then we referred Resolution 6, which was that bond surplus request to, or bond surplus allocation to rec services to the student services fee, which is what Max was talking about, which is why that committee is definitely meeting this Tuesday at 6:30. Are there any questions? We'll now move into college caucus time. Speaker Pro Tem Freeman will explain what we're doing tonight.
Okay, cool. While you're in college caucus time, you're going to be picking your committees by 8 p.m. Is that what we said? Like you need to have the form filled out.
College caucus time is going to be until 7:45. So
Okay.
everyone in the room has until 7:45 to get that completed, and I just sent it to your email.
Okay, let us know if you can't get it open. I just have the form done. Also, Arts Inside, please pick a new caucus leader because Isabella's stepping into the chair position. And then caucus leaders, please share what we talked about during our meeting today. That'd be awesome. Do you not have access, Brady?
No, I have a follow-up.
Okay. Does anyone not have access to the form right now, to the committees? Okay.
Are there any questions about college caucus time? Senator Clark?
Does engineering have to get a new caucus?
I don't think so.
Would
because
you
it-
be
unless Kara
willing,
wants to.
since you're on Senate exec?
Oh, gotcha.
Okay. Okay.
Engineering.
You guys can
just
talk
like-
about that during caucus time. Any other questions about caucus time? Really fast before we get out of the room, can everyone try to open the form, please?
I don't care.
Okay, go ahead and retry the link and see if you have access, if you didn't already. Okay, you guys can go ahead and be dismissed. Please be back in here by 7:50 at the latest.
Can I invite you guys? Oh, you're here. I was gonna say, my kid told me you weren't. You said no. But
Wait, how about this? Yeah. Like really fast.
every time you say Katie or say anything like that, I'm afraid I'm about to get yelled at.
I'll just text you. You got help by one.
Wow, yeah.
He was asleep. I just got up a little bit. Dad wakes you up. You have to alarm your what you do by coffee. What were you working at?
What are you guys thinking about?
Yeah, so I said, let's just fill this out, so I'll let you know what we did today. Yeah, we had a caucus.
Where is this link?
It's in your email.
It is not in my email.
Actually, here. Based out.
You are one of the people.
Crowd committee. I'm good at Is he polarizing?
It's the whole.
One of them, I get them all. Sorry. And then the other one was Ree, I don't know.
Supposed to be on ops, but it can also.
I wasn't laughing at you.
You know what? I have a secret for you. I filled out the English form before I started. I put SSF as my number one, but only by like 10 versus 9. But I actually can't do SSF because I don't have class at that time. I'm supposed to sit, and I said I only have to drop my SSF for that anyway. I can't.
I didn't know, like, because if it's okay, perfect. Cheese. Okay. You got it sworn in. You want to make sure. Never let the
I know, but I clicked an old Zoom link from Andrew. No.
Yeah, so basically.
Yep, I did. No, just kidding. I don't. Can we just not?
And it's kind of like. No, it's okay. Too fast, too slow.
You text it to me?
I was at work. So they showed up on our. We've got house. I never thought about it. Yeah, I know. So I just I'll move it. They know what to do with it. Because they get some here. They start. Oh, yeah. Is it tough? I've learned a lot, haven't you? It's not like HHS 300 because they don't touch it. I remember it literally has human help in it. I know. Here's the high school. High school guy. That's true. Personal financial management. It wasn't. There's one ticket. You always showed up past the. Lack of what is your financial management? Fine line. But still.
What are you reading?
I'm driving. Well, I would. You drive one of your trucks? Just the catch-all.
It's credit just like
I do like all the other food.
What did you write? What did you write?
We didn't answer the questions I wanted. What was the back? What was the trip?
Yay, that's exciting.
Oh, really? Like the one just starts out.
No.
Okay, never mind.
Why did you take off? Oh, wait, no, you're not.
No, I didn't. I when you go, you stop. There was one that
It determined how you. I love this. Oh, you're optimistic.
It's all my girlfriend. I gotta wait, we gotta go. Takes 5 days. Literally, it's like my 5 full days.
She just said
It's kind of the training. You only have to go, you gotta go through.
See that loud, you say that loud, right?
I'm talking to my tutors here. Okay. I'm gonna fill you in on what we're talking about for our caucus meeting. I'll be on there. So everyone's kind of just setting her expectations for what she wants. So she wants to involve. But for you guys specifically, I was just hoping that we get some. So,
My mom is keeping me updated.
where do they go? Wait, how do they treat them?
They wait from 9 to 6. They do one for
Yes, my dad. This is just, you know, the little nationally recognized by the teachers overarching professional. Those are done. He worked at Falls. You've been recognized and not a student. That's a hard one. Teachers like actually like to start with like Norton.
They earned me gold for legend of the American college.
I got you. If anything.
With Sunday.
Me too. Mystery days.
Last time is. But they said that we're probably setting that motion. Just like name it off 3 or 4 things. I looked at my thoughts got it. We've been taking care of cemetery. Yeah. We'll see. Takes time. A lot of head stuff. Oh yeah. I would like for that right now. She's like one of those impressed. I'll catch up.
That's horrible. Progress checks.
That was so fun.
I was in great shape. You got a 30-yard.
Yeah, they have games.
Or like cherry, as you were right there, and she's like, he did that. And so I put it in the group, so you can see it.
If you have not already, if you could please fill out the committee interest form, that would be great.
You're in trouble?
Could you imagine?
We'll go ahead and get started again so that we can get out of here at a decent time. No, I don't need to tap the gavel. So please, if you did not get the committee interest form completed during College Caucus time, please make that a priority to get that submitted by the end of Senate so that we can place everyone on a committee at the end of the night. We will now roll into final action. Will the author of Bill 1 please come forward? Were there any changes made in committee?
Just some grammatical things.
You have the right to debate.
Wow.
I think you should vote yes.
Seeing how that was debate in the positive, is there any debate in the negative? Is there any debate, any further debate at all? Seeing none, could someone make a motion to bulk roll call Bill 1, 3, 6, and 7? Senator Clark.
I move to bulk roll call on bills 1, 3, 4, 6, and 7.
You can keep 4 out if you want.
Okay, so scratch that. Motion to bulk on bills 1, 3, 6, and 7.
Are there any objections? Perfect. Will the author of Bill 3 please come forward? Wyatt.
I was like, what loser's not getting up right now?
Were any changes made in committee?
I think just like some grammatical stuff or something, but no, not really.
Okay, you have the first rights to debate.
It's good, and it makes the TFSC and CFC process more efficient. And that's about all I got. Not very controversial.
Seeing how that was debate in the positive, is there any debate in the negative? Is there any further debate at all? Awesome. Will the author of Bill 4 please come forward?
I also have 4 amendments, but 1 amendment.
Let's go ahead and make that motion right now.
I have an amendment.
Okay. Will you pull the amendment up? And then you can go ahead and like say what the amendments are, and then we'll go into debate on the amendment. Yeah, or give like a summary of them. Okay.
So the first amendment is collaborative oversight of funds allocated for overdose prevention and response initiatives. Funds appropriated by the Student Senate for these purposes shall be administered by the Morrison Family Center for Student Well-Being in consultation with the task force. The task force shall provide formal recommendation on funding priorities, review expenditures, and receive regular reports on fund usage to ensure alignment with the goals of this act. The task force shall not independently allocate, reallocate, or expend funds. And I'm going to go ahead and consider it. Section 3, the chair shall be responsible for convening task force meetings at least once per month during the academic year. B, coordinating task force initiatives and operations. C, providing regular updates to the Student Senate. D, presenting the reports outlined in Section 6 of this act. Section 6, the task force shall submit a written report to the Student Senate at least once per academic semester outlining initiatives undertaken, number of trainings conducted and participants reached, naloxone distribution and maintenance efforts, recommendations for future action. Section 7. The task force shall remain an active body unless modified or dissolved by subsequent Student Senate legislation.
Are there any questions relating to the amendment? Seeing none, you have the... Do I need a motion to consider the amendment, or it's already being considered? So now it's debate. Okay, since you're the author, you have the right to first debate.
Okay.
On the amendment.
So these amendments are crucial to this bill because so right now the bill has vague language to it, and so these amendments are just tightening the language up and making it so that there's no gray areas possible with this legislation, because we want to make sure that the task force, because it's student led, can't just control money on its own. So that is why I incorporated that they are not allowed to reallocate money, because like there is some loopholes in that. Yeah.
Seeing how that was debate in the positive, is there any debate in the negative? Is there any further debate at all? Okay, you can go ahead and have a seat really fast. We'll now move into a hand vote on the amendment. All in favor of passing the amendment, please raise your placard now. Thank you. All opposed, same sign. Amendment passes. We will now move into discussion on Bill 4 as amended. Will the author please come forward? And you have the first right of debate.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Colleagues, I rise today to support this legislation that is not only proactive, but necessary for the safety and well-being of the student body. Across the country, opioid overdoses continue to rise, and college campuses are not exempt from this reality. At Kansas State University, we pride ourselves on being a community that looks out for one another, but looking out for one another requires more than intention. It requires preparation, coordination, and action, and this is what this legislation is planning to do. This bill establishes the Overdose Prevention and Response Task Force, a coordinated student center initiative designed to strengthen how our campus prevents and responds to overdose situations. What this task force does is simple but powerful. It does not require anything of the student body. It is simply a way for prevention necessary actions on campus, and it is not a problem here on campus. Prevention means that it's just we're wanting to prevent a problem from happening on our campus because we're a health promoting university. So yeah, I speak strongly for this bill.
Thank you. Since that was debate in the positive, is there any debate in the negative? Is there a debate in the positive?
How do we ask questions? Sorry. Can we ask questions, or is that like
You can ask for a point of information. You'll direct the question at me, and then I can direct it to whoever needs to answer it.
I think I'll debate in the negative.
Okay.
Okay. So I think there's a lot of unanswered questions that appear in this bill. I'm kind of curious if we're kind of promoting drug use in a way by giving these to fraternities and sororities. And also, I think it's a good question to ask if fraternities and sororities also have access to a lot of this stuff. I know for some fraternities and sororities, they're actually, through their risk management policies, they already have a lot of this set in place. So I'm just a little curious about like the regulations and how that's going about. I think that's more of the questions I was kind of concerned about, more about regulations, but yeah, that's kind of my thought.
Seeing how that was debate in the negative, is there any debate in the positive? Director Kanopik, sorry.
Okay, so as far as promoting drug use, this has come up in many conversations with Morrison Family Center for Well-Being. Obviously, that is something that prevention doesn't automatically correlate to causation in these type of cases. They're not typically connected at all. And as far as Greek life, something about houses that maybe people in Greek life may not know is there's not a lot of regulation as to who is staying in the houses as far as visitors. That varies house to house policy-wise, but concerns about maybe people from other schools, from other communities outside of Manhattan that we don't always know what maybe is happening there that, you know, they're bringing into Greek life community. So people may come from parties from other schools, and that's just something we need to be honest about. Just trying to prevent any accidents, but also just in general, if there was anything to happen, we would want any type of support. And also, as far as houses already having risk management for this, that also varies house to house. It's not always as good. This bill specifically would work with IFC and PHC. We have already had conversations or have conversations about meeting with them next week as regards to what their role would play on this task force to only promote, the strengths of this supposed task force. So I think that's all I have. Hope that made sense.
Thank you. Seeing how that was debate in the positive, is there any debate in the negative? Senator Corbin.
Point of information, I was just wondering in section 4 if all of those groups, if they have been talked to about this, and if so, what were kind of their thoughts on it?
Yeah, Senator Clark, would you be willing to answer that question? You can just say it.
So, as Director Panoptic said, we are planning on meeting with the Hellenic and Interfraternity councils about how their role and about the perspective on this, because again, she said that it varies from house to house how they implement something like this. And then I have personally spoken with someone from Association of Residence Halls. I spoke to the vice president, and she's very adamant in favor of this bill. I tried to get her here to try and speak in the positive, but she had a conflict. And then I spoke to the director of Morrison Family Center for Student Wellbeing, who would help oversee, as stated in this legislation. And he's very adamant about this legislation and in favor of it.
Thank you. Is there any debate in the negative? Senator Von Leonrod.
So I'll be voting in the negative because I don't think we should be passing this until everybody involved with it has been communicated to and that all of their ideas have been expressed, like IFC, PHC. Like they need to be, informed of this before we involve them in it.
Seeing how that was debate in the negative, is there any debate in the positive? Is there any further debate in the negative? Is there any further debate at all? Chair Brown?
I move to postpone this bill indefinitely.
Object.
Second.
The motion has been made to postpone Bill 4 indefinitely, and it's been objected to. All in favor?
We debate.
There's an objection. We have to vote to consider the motion before we go into debate. All in favor of objecting to the consideration of the motion to postpone indefinitely, please raise your placards now. Proxies raised 2. All opposed in considering the motion to postpone indefinitely, please raise your placards now. Proxies raised 2. Are there any questions about that? That is word salad. Okay.
Yeah.
If there's a question, please ask it now.
Can you just say, yes, we are in favor of postponing, or no, we're not? Because I don't think everyone understood what that vote was.
Okay. Some context. So there is an objection to the motion to postpone indefinitely. So if you vote in favor of objecting, that means we will not consider the motion to postpone indefinitely. If you vote to consider the motion to postpone indefinitely, that means we will go into debate on the motion.
Point of information, if we consider the motion, then we will debate and the maker of the motion can explain his reasoning.
Correct. Senator Alvarez.
Can we just explain what, for other people in the room, what postpone indefinitely would mean for this? And like what that process would look like so that everyone is well aware of what they're voting for?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So the motion to postpone indefinitely would practically kill the bill, and similar legislation cannot be brought up within this term. Chair Black.
I guess point of information, we can reconsider it at any time, and we can also, well, I guess we postpone indefinitely, but it does not kill the bill. It can be brought back from being postponed. And that can be explained if we choose to go into debate.
Could someone recess for 2 minutes? Senator Clark.
I move to recess for
5 minutes. All in favor of recessing for 5 minutes, please raise your placards now. Proxies raised 2. Thank you. All opposed, same sign. Okay. Thank you.
You're not promoting drowning. You're just trying to.
Redneck, put yourself up by the crowd type guys, and we train the people that is never know what their contractors are. Like, obviously, we don't hire people for this, subcontractors might, and then it's I just think they're like vehemently opposed to it. I am by far not in favor of like mega shows. Exactly. I just think it's exactly what students are. That's why
Which even then, like, I feel like kill everybody who gets drugged.
Like, this is us saying we have men exactly what it is. They can say, oh, no, we don't want to do that. We can't say, you have to like, I don't know, or like,
It's like you have to give everything you can.
Really, no, people don't understand that. They can say, actually, we don't want to do that. This is like, whatever, but you know what? I'm going up. I'm going to say not have it in I like it. It's not a big deal.
It's not if we need to talk about I'm like get a bit.
We'll go ahead and gavel back in from the recess. Chair Brown.
I take back my motion, and I move to postpone until our first meeting of the fall semester in, what is September 3rd? Second. Object.
Okay. Objection has been called. If you would like to consider the motion to postpone. If you are against the motion to postpone, please raise your placard now. Thank you. All in favor of the motion to postpone, please raise your placards. Proxies raised 2. The motion will be considered. Chair Brown, you have the right to debate.
Okay, so I want to postpone this until everyone in section 4 has had a chance to be talked to. I don't want to, I'm for this bill. I don't want it to be passed until everyone has had a chance to be talked to. And my concern is that there are people who are going to vote no, or maybe they don't like this bill as much, and they would not vote for it because of that reason. So I just want to make sure everyone has a chance to be talked to who is going to be a part of this before the bill is passed, and it seems like September 3rd is our our available time that would be able to vote on this bill after everyone has been talked to. So.
Seeing how that was debate in the positive, is there any debate in the negative? Is there any further debate in the positive? Senator Jarrett.
So I personally will be voting yes for this, for postponing this, because anyhow, reading through the article in the paper and everything, I feel like I don't have complete information, and I want to know the outcome of everything that I'm voting on, and I think giving us more time to do that would be a wise choice.
Senator Zacco.
I have a question. Why can this not be postponed until the week before? Like literally the earliest is in September. I don't feel like that's accurate. Because next week I feel like we could, because if they have a meeting with someone on Tuesday to talk with everyone, we come in on Thursday, do our thing. It works perfectly, gives them the summer to do everything. So I guess my question is September really the earliest that we could do this?
Yeah, they have a meeting set for one of those parties on the first week of May.
Okay.
Is there any debate in the negative on the motion to postpone? Is there any further debate in the positive? Is there any further debate at all? Seeing none, we will now vote on the motion to postpone Bill 4 until September 3rd, 2026. All in favor of postponing, please raise your placards now. Proxies raised 2. Thank you. All opposed, same sign. Thank you. The motion will be postponed. Will the author of Bill 6 please come forward? Were any changes made in committee?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. You have the right. What is you have
The first rights to
first
debate.
rights to debate.
Yes,
Thank you.
Beautiful. I don't really have a lot to say. I think I covered most of it last week. We have to do this because, well, we don't have to do this, but we probably should do this because SSF contract calls it the Community Programming Fund. We currently have it written as the Community Engagement Fund, which means Wyatt can't do his job until we change it. And we want him to do his job and do well and allocate all the monies. That's it.
Seeing how that was debate in the positive, is there any debate in the negative? Is there any further debate in the positive? Is there any further debate at all? Seeing none, oh, we'll roll right into bill number 7.
Same thing, again, but for the statutes this time.
Is there any debate in the negative? Is there any further debate in the positive? Is there any further debate at all? Okay, seeing none, we will now go into a roll call vote on bills 1, 3, 6, and 7. The way that we're going to do this is you can say yes to all, so you're voting yes for all 4 of those bills. You can say yes to all but insert bill number, or you can say no to all, abstain to all. If you're wanting to vote specifically on a specific bill, just make that known when Emily calls your name.
Okay. Like he said, yes to all, no to all, yes to some, just specify. Okay. Abai. Alfela Kawi. Alvarez.
Yes to all.
Bailey.
Yes to all.
Barnes.
Yes to all.
Bassler. Bassler.
Oh, yes by proxy.
Black.
Yes to all.
Bontrager.
Yes to all.
Brown.
Yes to all.
Carruthers.
Yes to all.
Clark. Clark. Koch.
Yes to all.
Conrad.
Yes to all.
Contrusi.
Yes to all.
Corbin.
Yes to all.
Engel.
Yes to all.
Eppard.
Yes to all.
Foot.
Yes to all.
G.
Yes to all.
Geiger.
Yes to all.
Guru Shankar.
Yes to all by proxy.
Holmes.
Yes to all.
Jacobson.
Yes to all by proxy.
Jarek.
Yes to all.
Jones. Akeem. Jones Isabel.
Yes to all.
Kramer.
Yes to all.
Lee.
Yes to all.
Von Leonrod.
Yes to all.
Lund.
Yes to all by proxy.
Manganga. Miller.
Yes to all.
O'Farrell.
Yes to all.
Oliver. Oliver. Otto.
Yes to all.
Perry.
Yes to all.
Phillips.
Yes to all.
Pritchard.
Yes to all.
Rafferty.
Yes to all.
Richenberg. Richenberg. Richburg.
Yes to all.
Salmon.
Yes to all by proxy.
Sands.
Yes to all.
Shellhace.
Yes to all.
Hassan Shakib. Hassan Shakib. Shasavari.
Yes to all.
Sipiora.
Yes to all.
Steenkamp.
Abstain to all.
Teo.
Yes to all.
Till.
Yes to all by proxy.
Volgamore.
Yes to all.
Winter.
Yes to all.
Zacho Katie.
Yes to all.
Zacho Molly.
Yes to all.
Has every senator had the chance to vote? Senator Clark.
Yes to all.
Perfect. I'll go back through for the people that didn't vote. Eppard.
Already voted.
Oh.
Yes to all.
Okay, cool. Oliver?
Yes to all.
Now has any senator had the chance to vote? Would any senator wish to change their vote? All right. All three pass. All four pass. Bill 1 passes 50 to 0 to 0, or 50 to 0 to 1, I believe. And then Bill 3, 50 to 0 to 1. Bill 4, 50 to 0, or 6, 50 to 0, 1, and then 7, 50 0 to 1.
Okay. With that, we will move into the second open period. Senator Clark. Are you wanting to, like, second open?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
As a reminder, next Thursday is Denim Day. No, sorry, whoa, caught ahead of myself. Next Wednesday is Denim Day from 10 to 2, so please wear denim. Come to Bosco Plaza and support. We have events planned. And then Thursday is our last Senate of the session, so please wear denim, and then we can all take a picture. So yeah, so that this body stands against sexual assault.
Are there any questions for Senator Clark? Okay. Are there any other second open period speakers? Okay. Seeing none, we will go ahead and do Senate shoutouts. Take it away. Speaker Pro Tem Freeman.
Okay. Shout out to Jean Jackets. Shout out to, I think Anna's computer is about to take flight. Anna, is your computer okay?
It's so loud.
It's okay. Shout out to Hi Emily. Shout out to wait, please. Can't read it all. Shout out to Off Campus being the new heated rivalry. Shout out to Noah, I love that really unique image you did not steal from the SSF slide. Shout out to Chair Max for being a beast on Slither.io. Shout out to Bill 6 and 7. Shout out to always Zach go and not Zach stay.
Yeah.
Zach stay. Shout out to Mandolin flirting over teens. Shout out to recess. Shout out to the new buzzword postpone indefinitely. Shout out to 30 guys to my left debating definitions. Shout out to the most confusing recess of my SGA career. Shout out to another short Senate, just as short as my attention span during... Hang on, sorry. Wow. It's just short, sorry guys. Everything went away, I'm sorry. During that recess, there you go. Shout out to our new leadership knowing Roberts to do their jobs. Oh, we did know Roberts, actually. ChatGPT did confirm it was correct. Thank you, chat. Don't use ChatGPT. Shout out to everyone being confused. Shout out to Carson's confusing double negatives. It's okay. Word vomit's a little hard sometimes. There's a lot of new people that don't fully understand. Sometimes I'm confused. Shout out to loud typing in the back. Shout out to loud typer and whisperer in the corner. Shout out to hello's mommy's newly married little meatball. Shout out to, this is my first Senate shout out. Congrats. Shout out to best DAG ever is Maddie H.
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh, Deputy Attorney General, sorry. My bad. Shout out to Daddy Deputy Attorney General Matt. Shout out to my apologies.
Okay, thanks, Emily. There is no reference of legislation, so go ahead and take it away with the second roll call.
Bye-bye.
1 second. Senator Zacco.
Can you send the rest of the shout outs in? the Teams or the email. She had some gems in there. She had some great shout-outs.
You did have
Senator Lee.
Hey, Emily, are you reading it from the form itself? Are you reading it on the spreadsheet?
I was reading it on the spreadsheet because I forgot to delete the ones from the form last week and I didn't know where they
I still ditch it out?
It was. It's fixed now. That's my bad.
Oh.
Okay. Abai. Alfela-Kawi. Alvarez.
Here.
Bailey.
Here.
Barnes. Here. Basler.
Here by proxy.
Black.
Here.
Bontrager.
Here.
Brown.
Here.
Carruthers.
Here.
Clark.
Here.
Koch.
Here.
Conrad.
Here.
Contrusi.
Here.
Corbin.
Here.
Engel.
Here.
Eppard.
Here.
Foot. G.
Here.
Geiger.
Here.
Gurushankar. Holmes.
Here.
Jacobson. Jarek.
Here.
Jones Akeem. Jones Isabel. Kramer.
Here.
Lee. Von Leonrod. Lund. Mangana. Miller. O'Farrell. Oliver.
Here.
Otto. Perry.
Here.
Phillips. Pritchard.
Here.
Rafferty. Richburg. Richenberg. Salmon. Sands. Shellhace. Hassan Shakib. Shasavari.
Here.
Sipiora.
Here.
Steenkamp. Teo. Till.
Here.
Vogelmore. Winter. Zach O'Kady. Zach O'Malley.
She's here.
Thank you.
Did I say here?
Is there a motion to adjourn the meeting? Chair Perry.
Same time, same place. All catching.
All in favor of adjourning, please raise your placards now. Proxies raised 2. Thank you. All opposed, same sign. Meeting adjourned.
Yeah, so I said here, and Ed said Zach O'Malley, and you guys both looked, I love here.
I'm before you guys.
Somewhere, but it's not. Websites are so this is my fiance. Yeah, how do you think we?
See you next year.
She was like, this is really nice. Trying to get those popular connections.